Welcome back, everyone, to Team Proxy the Power. Amnar here, bringing you another match with Green-White Sacrifice, aka Bloodmantle. Okay, we've got a plains and a forest, and this hand is a little deceptive, but I guess we'll keep. We have plenty of plays, just really looking to draw into an extra land here. Okay, coming up against Mountain. And we lead off with Mr. Plains. Hopefully with Eldritch Moon coming out, we should see a rise in new archetypes. Maybe we're seeing an aggressive red deck here. There really hasn't been a mono red deck in a while. Kind of makes you miss the days of a Theros standard. We got Tormenting Voice, discarding a Mountain. Let's go ahead and do that now that there's something in the graveyard. We'll go ahead and try to sneak a Free Blade in. That way, if they don't play a blocker, maybe we can get a 3/3. Otherwise, it'll probably draw out a removal spell. We do have a pacifism, though, if they try to play a blocker. Interesting. Ah, we're playing Madness. Okay. I guess you can have a Blood Mad Vampire. At least that gets rid of a Lightning Axe. That's pretty big. It's a nice one to pacify, though. Next turn, if we draw plains, we can do a Vessel and a Free Blade in the same turn. Think we might try to keep our Bloodbriar in our hand until we can get like an Evolving Wilds with it, or at least something that can try to protect it. Looks like something else I want to pacify. I don't know though. If I pacify it, it's still a discard outlet. And I don't really want the Madness deck to have a discard outlet, especially not a free one. So we might be able to draw a Choking Restraint for that later. I just have a feeling that you're just going to start slowly discarding one vampire at the end of every one of my turns. That could be pretty bad. What would we really want to draw here? Let's see. Topin Free Blade, not a Topin Free Blade, yuck. More Lightning Axes, though. So now if we can just get our Bloodbriar up to a 4 toughness, hopefully we should be able to protect it. That thing looks like a good pacify target. Nice. Now you can pacify that one. Play our Inspector. Next turn we can try and look for land maybe. That or pop a vessel, play a Bloodbriar. We'll see. Be kind of nice to play against a blue-green emerge deck. Something with less removal. That way I could actually combo off with the Bloodbriar. So far I've had to place 2 black-based decks in a row. Kinda rough. Come on, land. Alright, at least this way I can play a Bloodbriar. And sack a clue. I wonder if they're gonna... I have a feeling that they have like a fiery... What's the card? Fiery Temper? The Madness Fireball in their hand. In which case, I might have to wait until next turn to sacrifice something. That way I can sacrifice the clue and the vessel. Keep them protected. Because right now they can still discard and deal 3 damage. Not good. Let's go ahead and crack that. Okay. We got an Oromancer. We can start looping vessels. That's pretty good. I'd like to get the other Bloodbriar down and pumped. Things are starting to look a little bit better. Okay, that's an interesting choice in Alms of the Vein. Drain life 3. Gonna gain flying. I think we're going to try to get rid of them. Double block here. Bring it back. Allows us to be blown out by some kind of removal spell, but if he wastes a removal spell on a 1/1 token, I think we'll be ahead there. Okay, there goes the discard outlet. That's nice. Kind of want a choking restraints right about now. It's a little slow, but it would be nice against one of these. 2 mana left over. Can't really do anything with 2. So we do this. At least here we can get a vessel back. Cast that for 2. For our opponents only playing lightning axes and red damage for their removal spells, we might be able to bring in our Pulse of Marasa for defense. That way we can get some life gain back, and we might be able to get back good creatures. Looping Oromancers, or maybe just getting like a free blade back right about now might be nice. I wonder if that deck is running Oblivion Strikes, though. You kind of have to have something in this meta to deal with Ruin Processor. Even though Green, Black, and Sultai Grind aren't as popular as they have been, they still make up a good chunk of the metagame. They're reliable, well-practiced, well-thought-out decks. Okay. Coming after our Bloodbriar. That is going to be the third Lightning Axe, though. There's only going to be one left in the deck. Okay. Definitely going to block one of them here. Right now, the Thabans are just there for blocking. Well, they're just in the deck for blocking and creating a clue that can be sacrificed later for a Bloodbriar. Okay. We have another Bloodbriar. I think we're going to have to leave the mana open for a Vessel. Oh, they have 0 cards in hand. That's nice. Go ahead and pump up our Bloodbriar now while they have nothing in hand. We have blockers for Olivia's Dragoon. We'll leave the Oromancer back as a chump blocker. We might even double block a twin. We might just let one of them through to play it safe, although you never know what direct damage the opponent's going to have. It's a very tense moment. He's thinking hard about his attacks. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we can't do that. If he does have the removal spell and I double block, that can be quite disastrous. If I single block, he can still get rid of my Bloodbriar. In which case I'm going to have to lay down a Choking Restraint and a Slayer. I think it's going to, yeah. Let's see if he has the removal. This way, if he does cast a damage spell on my Bloodbriar, I should be able to cast a Choking Restraints on one twin, and cast an Ironclad Slayer and double block the other twin. I'll still have 2 spirits in the air to block an Olivia's Dragoon. Yep, Fiery Temper. Okay. Kind of expected that one. That's fine though. Their hand is empty again. Wonder how many of those tempers they're running. Okay, I think a slight change of plans. Instead of that one, we're going to go ahead and get an Inspector. Next turn, we can sacrifice our Choking Restraints and get it back with the Ironclad Slayer. We can also dig for a card. Okay, we can sacrifice and play an Inspector. We have this guy to chump block a twin. Yeah, let's see if we can get him to block with your own Dragoon. No, instead we get in 2 damage. If he is running a full play set of Tempers, then we are just dead to 2 back-to-back top decks. It's just quite unfortunate. However, I really think that Pulse and Marasa would be good in the next match. Probably gonna have to bring in those. They'll at least help us buy more time. Okay. I don't think there's anything that can give them trample on red. I mean, I've been looking for green, trying to find ways to give Bloodbriar evasion. That's interesting. Okay, exile that guy. Make another one of those. Got a weird feeling. A feeling like I don't want to attack with the Auramancer because they might have a removal spell. It's weird. Think I want to keep one of them back as a chump blocker, or both of them back. Have to remember the pacifisms aren't really good in this match. I mean, they do stop many of his vampires, but they do nothing for the discard outlets. I mean, they haven't played a Mad Prophet yet, so I don't know if that's one of the cards they're running. But the pacifism wouldn't do anything for a Mad Prophet. Okay, that's kind of what it felt like. I have 7 mana. Bye-bye, Mr. Thraben Inspector. You served me very well, and although very briefly. Four, 7, 8. So that's 3. Getting back restraints. Cast it for 6, 7, 8. Okay. It's nice. We can draw a card here and still do everything else. That's very interesting. Lunarc Mantle. We might be able to save this game yet. We can put a Lunarc Mantle on a Ironclad Slayer, maybe? We'll see. I would like to put it on something to get it beyond Lightning Axe range. And they have yet another Dragoon. So in that case, I'm most likely going to put it on the Ironclad Slayer. That way he can block a flying creature. He doesn't know I have this. It's the benefit of only having 2 in the deck and kind of waiting towards the end of the game to use them. Interesting. Very interesting. Bye-bye, Mr. Forest. We need to get rid of a discard outlet. Now we have a 5/4 that we can give flying. Let's go ahead and thin our deck a little bit. We do not need more lands. We need to draw some action. We need to draw creatures, actually. That would make us a little bit more favored going forward. However, our opponent is taking a lot of time to think. They're down to 12 minutes. So depending on how this game goes, we might be able to grind them out on time. Cool. Vessel's nice. It gives us chump blockers if we need it. Otherwise, we can keep smashing face with Mr. 5/4 over here. Although going forward, I think the Slayer there might be a little slow post-sideboard. I mean, he has 3 mana, and he only gets back a used Pacifism, Choking Restraints, or Lunarc Mantle. So, I don't know if he'd be really good in the next match, or in the next game. I wonder what our opponent is up to. In either case, we're just going to start sacrificing our lands if they play blockers. Going in the sky with the Slayer, leaving our spirits back to chump block. Oh, never mind. We'll just put that on the Slayer, and he'll have Vigilance, so he can chump block. Okay. Do you have another one? Okay. Had to save up 2 of the removal spells for me. It's cool. We still have mana left over, so we'll just equip it to a spirit and swing 3 instead of 7. Or 2. Stupid spirits not being human. That's fine. As long as we keep drawing another creature, we should be okay. Yeah, Thraben Inspector is nice. I mean, it gives us another chance to try to draw into something better. Purge. Well, that's nice if he plays a creature. Otherwise, we'll just slowly sail into victory, right in the back, on the back of this spirit. I wonder if there's anything in the format that gives you lifelink. I might have to put 1 or 2 Pulse of Marauders in here just for some kind of stalling tactic. Sitting at 5 life is not really a comfortable feeling. Waltz targeting 2 Dragoons. Okay. Feel like you have something else in your hand with a madness cost. Compulsion. Now I'm really glad I've only been attacking with the vigilance creatures. Super glad. Okay, thankfully they only have one swamp though, so I don't think they're not able to cast any of those dragoons. Wow. Seems like good timing to me. Alright, if we equip that onto the human, we can get in an extra point of damage here. This way we can attack for 5. We can, even if he draws a swamp and plays both dragoons, you can't give them both flying. We can purge one of them. Looks like we end up coming back on this one. Right, that was really scary. But that's okay. I think we kind of want to bring in those spiders. Slayers I don't think are too good. Lunarc Mantle will go down to a 1 of. Well, yes. They might be citing an artifact removal. In which case I'll go and keep one Ironclad Slayer in to try to get back my sensor. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. Pacifisms didn't work well. I do want Purge and Restraints. That's 60 cards. Anything that works well in here? Slayers are a little slow. Although they do more damage. But taking out the Lunarc Mantle and the Pacifisms give them less targets. Okay. So Slayers are not that good. I think we'll go forward like this. And hopefully we can take this next game. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, coffee. Without it, I don't know what I'd do in the mornings. Alright, our opponent's going to be going first. We've got the plains, an eventual land, stuff to do with it. Looking good here. Our opponent keeps, and we're going to keep 2. We'll go ahead and lead off with an inspector. Be nice if we can draw a forest. That guy's a little annoying. Definitely going to go Evolving Wilds next turn. Really want an untapped land for turn 3. Menace is going to be a little annoying here at first. There's a Dragoon. There's a Pulse. Well, that's not a good sign. We want more lands. Looks like they'll be able to come in for 3 next turn. And they definitely have a more aggressive start. If worse comes to worse, I may end up having to put a Lunarc Mantle on my Inspector. But I think I'll cast a Vessel before I do that. Ouch. Okay. Not good here. Next turn, if we do get a land, what are we going to do with it? We can cast a Choking Restraints on one of them. We can cast an Oromancer and get nothing back. We can cast a Bloodbriar that's probably going to get killed. We can try to cast a Mantle on our Inspector. That also might get it tempered. Fiery tempered. We can play a Vessel, which we may not be even able to activate. And if we do, it creates 2 1/1s. We could block this guy. But that's also not guaranteed. So the question boils down to that, or we can crack a clue and potentially discard a card. I think my best bet would be a Vessel. I think we'll go ahead and attack here. There's nothing that we can block next turn. Can't block the guy with Menace. I'll probably give him flying. Don't want to chump block just yet. That was to be expected. He's targeting me. Looks like he's going for a super aggro finish. In that case, I'm going to want to cast a Pulse as soon as possible, even if it's for just a land. Okay. Lightning X on my guy. Stupid mana problems. Let's see, what would I have drawn if I had cracked the clue? Bloodbriar. Another Bloodbriar. Well, that was quite unfortunate. Maybe Purge is too slow. I'm bringing 2 pacifisms. Especially if you're going aggro, I guess. Lunarc Mantle didn't work very well. So we'll take out the Ironclad Slayers altogether and put the Oromancers back in. Take out the Lunarc Mantle, add in some more pacifisms. See if this works a little bit better. Some more removal. It's a little bit faster at 2 mana. Let's go ahead and go first. Okay, if I go turn 1, Evolving Wilds Forest, turn 2, Warp Landscape Captive, turn 3, I might be able to get out a Plains using a Warped Landscape. That's kind of terrible. Conversely, I might be able to keep that hand and work it into something. All I'd have to do is draw a Plains. Yeah, or hope he doesn't have a removal. Let's go ahead and mulligan that. Oh, man. They mulligan to 6 cards, and we're going to have to go to 5. Bloodbriar. At least it's a creature. We have lands and creatures. It's not impressive, but it's a start. At least on turn 2 we can crack a clue and hope to catch up. Our opponent kept with 6, which doesn't bode very well for us. That's okay, maybe we can surprise them. We were able to stabilize in that first game. Insolent Neonate. I don't like that guy. And we draw even more Bloodbriars. At least we have a removal spell. Since we're unable to block because of Menace, I'm just going to keep go ahead and attacking. See how he likes the 1 point of damage. And our opponent has both colors this game. It's good. I always have mixed feelings about that because part of me likes easy, free wins, but then the other part of me wants to play competitive, interactive Magic. There's tons of neonates. That's okay, I'm still going to keep attacking. So is he. But I think I might be able to win this race. I mean, he swings for 2 this turn, but I swing for 3. With the possibility of it getting bigger. I'd like to have both of the Bloodbriars out, so that way whenever I cast the Angelic Purge, at least they can both get a bonus. That'd be nice. I think I'm going to get greedy and just keep casting Bloodbriars. Part of me feels like he's got a twin here, or another madness creature. No? Okay. I have a real sinking feeling that if I would have attacked with my Bloodbriar, he would have sacrificed his vampire to draw a card and play a twin. Yeah, pretty much what I thought, but that's okay. Should be able to purge targeting a twin. There's a choking restraints. That's cool. You can stop his twin, still attack. This time attack for 3. Still winning the race. He's tapped out, so he shouldn't be able to put another vampire into play. Going forward with this deck, I'm probably going to end up adding in another land. We'll see. And he's going to still continue to race me. It's very interesting, especially once the Pulse of Marasa hits. And now he's going to madness another vampire. Okay. And another one. That's very unfortunate. Alright. That's nice, though. Now our Bloodbriar can block. At least block the twins. Let's go get a plains. Probably gonna end up sacrificing it. So we have 4 mana. If we play the captive, though, we get 5. I think we're going to go ahead and purge it now. That way, if they have a removal spell for this guy, we might be able to still block. Plus, it'll make our Bloodbriar a little bit bigger. We can get the plains back with Pulse of Marasa. Seems legit. We're going to keep him back for a blocker. Because if he has another Fiery Temper, I don't want him to kill this and turn this into a 5. And turn his Blood Mad Vampire into a 5 power. Right now we can block it, and that's awesome. One, two, three. Exiling my land. That's brutal. Guess he figured I was constrained on mana. I mean, running 22 lands, it is kind of a problem. That's okay. Mr. Pacifism's coming by to help us. Coming in for 5, putting him down to 9. He's only on a 2-turn clock after that. He's got 1 card in hand and a minute 30 on the clock. Looks like we're doing good on all fronts here. We might be able to hold off until we can draw a forest. Ooh, Lightning Axe doesn't help. So he'll be able to drain life for 3 and catch up a little bit. And there's a plains, not what we needed. Wow, I didn't really expect to see land destruction in the sideboard. Wow, I'm just still taken aback by that. He exiled it too. It's okay, we can still have Evolving Wilds we can get back with a Pulse. We've got a Vessel, which we can crack, unless he exiles more land. But I'm wondering what 2 cards are in his hand. Alms of the Vein. Fiery Temper. Suddenly we're within burn range. Come on, Forest. Oh, man. He's got a lot of time now to top deck. Well, take that back. He's got 20 seconds to top deck. Oblivion Strike. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, man. We're not going to let that happen again. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, thank you, Forest, for coming to visit. Whew. I'd like to thank everyone else for coming to watch the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Got another one coming up for you very shortly. And stay tuned.